And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with the show that is closing out the year of the fist with a high roundhouse kick and a possible tiger knee, only known as Music Village. And speaking of tiger knees, Maestro, I almost forgot to mention, in that game for Street Fighter, they did not have the Sagat tiger knee. They had the tiger punch, but they didn't have the tiger knee. Yeah, I know, crying shame. Really is a crying shame. Wish they had it though. But besides tiger knees and roundhouse kicks that I will most likely do to my brother once I get that game back in my possession, I'm looking at my watch right now. Oh, it's just about that time. It's the witching hour, which means it's time for us to be brought up to speed on news stories from this week from, you guessed it, all around the world. And in our first news story, and in clown news, and the reason why I'm calling it clown news is because my friend Jay Meeks, which I call a clown, actually gave us this news story saying that you can get a chance to watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre inside of the home where it was filmed. And for those who are wondering out there, yes, this was something set up by On-Set Cinema, and they've been doing this for movies such as Blue Velvet, Beetlejuice, and other crazy movies from the past. And in my opinion, I would love to go see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre where it was filmed, but the only problem I would have is would they troll the audience by having Leatherface in the basement, and while you're watching the movie midway during one of the quiet parts, he would come out from nowhere with a chainsaw going, Nope, I'm not doing that. And oh, by the way, besides getting a chance to stay there and watch the movie, you can even spend the night in the house itself. That's insane. And for those out there who wants to get their hands on tickets to go out there, it will be coming up as of March 29th of 2020. And you can head on over to the horror page of ihorror.com to check out all the details of where you can get tickets for this said performance. Or screening. Or screaming in this case. Good one, Maestro. Good one. And in music cover news, and this one's a good one, folks, because the girl that goes by the name of Nandy Bushel decided to do a cover of the classic song of Queen of the Stone Age, No One Knows. And did a cover so good would get props from Queen of the Stone Age themselves on Instagram. But the best part about all this cover is, folks, is the fact that she would twirl the drums in between the guitar solo and just rocking out like she's been doing it all her life. And she's only 9 doing this. Incredible. And I hope in the near future she takes requests, because I may ask her to do I would say XYZ, but no. The cover of the song Midlife Crisis by Faith No More. I want to see somebody do a drum cover of that song, and I got a feeling she would nail it perfectly. And if any of you out there want to check out the cool drum cover that she was able to pull off, or the props that the Queen of the Stone Age would give to her on Instagram, you can head on over to the YouTube page of one girl only known as Nandy Bushel to check it out for yourselves, or head on over to the Instagram page of Queen of the Stone Age to check it out over there as well, because she deserves all the props in the world for this awesome performance. And in other news, and more or less side movie spin-off news from The Big Lebowski, for you fans out there of Jesus Quinetto during that said movie, it looks like he's getting his own film, and the only reason we're reporting on it now, folks, is because not only it has a trailer, but also a release date of March of this year. And one of the people who are featured in this film that we saw during the trailer, and yes, he does lick the bowling ball during it, actually features Christopher Walken in this film, which has me overly excited because to see not only the Jesus in this film, but you got Christopher Walken in the same film as him. I can only imagine the craziness and insanity that will take place during the said film. And for any of you out there who wants to check out this 34-second clip of a trailer of a movie that will be coming out as of the 4th month of this year, and according to the Maestro, March is the 3rd month, thanks for the correction, you can go ahead and head on over to the YouTube page of one man, only known as Screen Media Films, to check it out for yourselves. And with that last regular news story out of the way, folks, you guys out there know what time it is. It's time for us to go into yet another month-ending edition of Video Game News. And in our first video game news story, and more or less free money news, for you fans out there of Grand Theft Auto Online and really is looking for a better way to earn money outside of the casino heist, because it's been announced as of this week from Rockstar Games, you now can get $1 million for logging in as of today all the way until February 5th, a part of a special thank you for their big holiday blowout they had this past year. And yes, to include you Red Dead Redemption fans out there, they have a special bonus in store for you guys as well. And in my opinion, I'm excited. Mostly because it gives me a chance to buy a whole bunch of ridiculous weapons of mass destruction in the world of Grand Theft Auto. And I can't wait to see what sort of weapons I can get on sale, which will include all of the weapons, or just about all of the vehicle weapons, from the Gunrunner pack for this year. And oh, as an added bonus, for the wheel this week, they've also added the oppressor bike that you can get if you're able to land on it. And for all of you out there who wants to figure out what other discounts and goodies you can get from Grand Theft Auto Online or Red Dead Redemption 2 for this week, you can head on over to the Rockstar Newswire page, only known as rockstargames.com, under the Newswire section, to check it out for yourselves. And Maestro told me, just in case we've forgotten, next week if you log on after the 5th of February, you can get another $1 million on top of that. So, yeah. Thanks, Rockstar. And in other news, for you fans out there who love Atari and always wanted to go ahead and live in an Atari-like building, I have some good news for you. Because it's been announced, as of this week, they're starting to build Atari-themed hotels. Not only in Las Vegas, but Chicago, Austin, Seattle, and San Francisco, amongst other great locations. And in my opinion, I'm really hoping they built one in New Jersey and have all of the classic Atari games included in there, including Paperboy, Miss Pac-Man, Q*bert, Pac-Man itself, and even Donkey Kong, along with Asteroids, Galaga, and the litany list of other classic games they had in the history of Atari. And oh, I hope in the main lobby they have a theme down there themed after the game Driver. Or at least for Driver 2, so they can have dust junkies down there playing Fever on demand. But for those who don't know what that song is, go look it up, it's an awesome song. And if you guys want to check out the exclusive picture of what this hotel will look like once it's finally built, you can head on over to the website only known as consequencesofsound.net to check it out for yourself. And oh, on a side note, according to what the Maestro said, this said hotel will come with well over 2,600 machines with games such as Pitfall and Adventure. And the first one will be built later on this year in Arizona. Nice! And in other video game news, For you Animal Crossing diehard fans out there who's never owned the Switch and is looking forward to buy one, I have some good news for you. For those out there who wants to get a very special Animal Crossing themed version of the Nintendo Switch, there will be one coming out in stores as of March 13th of 2020, a week prior to the Animal Crossing New Horizon game. And it will cost you the retail price of $299, which will give you enough time to purchase the Aloha Edition to play it along with this game. And for those who are wondering what it looks like, well, for $299, it features Tom Nook on the charging station and even a special bag with the new leaf symbol on it, and a couple of classic Animal Crossing characters on the back of the Switch as well. And in my opinion, would I pay $299 for this? Maybe. But then again, I got a feeling Tom Nook would probably force me to pay that price, knowing how evil he is. Trust me, folks, that guy's an evil man. So before any of you out there says, oh, he wouldn't do something like that. Oh, yes, he would. Oh, yes, he would. And if you guys want to check out some cool pictures of the new Nintendo Switch that will come out just a week prior to the new Animal Crossing game, you can head on over to the Game Informer page, only known as GameInformer.com, to check it out for yourselves. And with that said, for this week, folks, you have all officially been brought up to speed. And I guess with that said, we might as well head back into this music, and when we return, we'll be back with the final segment of Music Village for this week, right after this. So don't wear your heart out in traffic just yet, folks, and stay tuned.